Okay, everybody, we're back. So we've pulled our potatoes out of the oven, and we have our chicken now that we need to finish. So we're going to do what's called the standard breading procedure, okay? Standard breading procedure is flour, egg wash, and breadcrumbs. So right here, in a little measuring cup, I just have 3 eggs. Then I'm just going to beat with a fork, and then I'm just going to add 4 ounces of water. Okay, I don't use milk. I just use water for a egg wash. Okay, in this case. So you want to make sure that it's all broken up, so there's no bits of yolk or white in there. Really got to give it a good mix, and then it's going to go in my middle bowl right there. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I want to season my flour a little bit. So I'm going to take a little salt and a couple pinches and add a little bit of salt and pepper, both, to my flour. And it's just regular AP flour, is all that it is. And I'm just going to give that a little mix, okay? All right, over in the back here, I've got my oil warming up for pan frying. You don't need much. There's about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch of oil. Remember, as it gets hot, it's going to expand. So there's my flour. This is the messy part, okay? Flour, egg wash, breadcrumbs, okay? Then a plate to put my finished product on. So I have my chicken. It's been in the refrigerator, and this is just to kind of firm it up a little bit. Be careful when you're unwrapping, so you don't actually unwrap or undo the chicken itself. So be very careful. If you want, you can just rip off the ends like I just did right there. Okay. And then I'm going to go with my chicken into my flour. Okay. All sides. Everything gets coated with flour. Okay, then I'm just going to give it a light little tap. Okay, so that it's not covered in flour. Okay, we want just a light coating of flour. Then into my egg. Again, I'm being careful to keep everything together. Get my 2 ends. Okay, and then roll in my breadcrumbs. And this is going to be the hardest part, admittedly. Okay, because I want the breadcrumbs to stick to the chicken, not to my fingers. So get those breadcrumbs packed onto the sides, onto the bottom, everywhere. Okay? There's one. Try it again. Keep those hands clean. I'm going to turn my oil down now because it's hot. Do another. Admittedly, I will say this, if you're doing it in aluminum foil, it's going to be a little harder on unwrap because, you know, the aluminum foil crimps around the edges. So just be careful. A little flour. Okay. Egg wash. And this time I want to try to keep one hand dry. That might help. Make sure I get my ends. Okay. Knock off my excess, and then with one dry hand, really kind of roll it around in there. Get some breadcrumbs up on the top, pack them on. Okay, be gentle. Okay, there's another. Right there. Okay. All right. Continue along. The ones in plastic, they're gonna untwist really easy actually. They'll just come right apart. Okay. Whoops. So my flour. Egg wash. Trying to keep one hand dry. Just kind of making sure everything gets coated in some egg. That way those breadcrumbs will stick. And pack them on. Okay, get your ends. This will be probably the hardest lesson that you've had the whole time. There's another. And we got one more. Just enough breadcrumbs for one more. So again, just kind of pull the ends. Apart, untwist it. There we go. Whoops. Kind of came apart a little bit on me, but that's okay. Not too worried about that. I know that it'll all come out okay in the long run. Okay. So flour, egg wash. This is the one that teared on me a little, tore. So, and then my breadcrumbs. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. And when I am placing them on my plate, everybody, I am placing them seam side down. So the seam side is down. So I'm going to take those and I'm just going to put them back in my refrigerator while I clean up a little bit, because I have kind of a mess with all the breadcrumbs and all that stuff. Don't save it, okay? There's nothing there that should be or needs to be saved. So flour, egg wash, and breadcrumbs all go in the trash. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera while I clean up, okay? And when we get back, we will pan fry.